What began around 6500 BC as a simple fishing village grew into a prosperous city with a rich history. Around 3000 BC, Byblos played an extraordinary role, as the most important trade hub between the Mediterranean and Middle East, being the world's first international seaport, because of the trade with cedar wood from the trees which are now a symbol of the country, Lebanon. Wood, silver, wine, and oil found their way from Byblos by sea to Egypt, and in return, the city received gold, linen, precious stones or elephant ivory. The precursor of our alphabet was also developed in Byblos. Egyptians, Assyrians, Babylonians, Phoenicians, Greeks and Romans left their marks on the city. Particularly important were the city's special ties to ancient Egypt and the goddess known as the Lady of Byblos. The mountains in Lebanon's Byblos district have long been famous for their remarkable fish fossils. As early as the 4th century AD, the Bishop of Palestine, Yuzib of Caesarea, considered these fossils as evidence of Noah's flood. These fossils originated from the Tethys, the ancient Mediterranean, and are approximately 100 million years old. They can be found in 4 villages near Byblos: Hola, 850 meters, Hakel, 650 meters, Nohra, 400 meters, and Sahel Alma, 250 meters, above sea level. Today, these locations boast an impressive collection of over 1,200 species, including fish, sea urchins, worms, bugs, and plants. Memory of Time was founded by the Abi Saad family 4 generations ago. The institution's purpose is to explore, prepare, exhibit, and study fish fossils from Lebanon. Memory of Time consists of 4 interconnected sections. The sites, locations where the fossils are initially discovered. The Fossil Lab, staffed by trained specialists who prepare the fossils. The museum displays some of the rarest specimens. The shop offers fossils for sale, accompanied by scientific certificates. Brief history of the Abi Saad family's work in the fish fossil domain. Abi Saad family's fascination with fossils traces back for generations to Mr. George Abi Saad, who stumbled upon a fossil fish in the 1930s. His enthusiasm passed on to his son Mikhail, who aspired for his own sons George, Joseph, Pierre, and Albert to share the same passion. Today, the Abi Saad family is diligently transferring their expertise to the next generation, ensuring that the work initiated 85 years ago continues to thrive. Memory of Time engages in collaborative projects with universities and museums worldwide. Notably, its partnership with the Mine Museum in Beirut resulted in an innovative interactive fossil exhibition showcasing extraordinary specimens. In addition, Memory of Time actively participate in annual exhibitions and fossil shows across the globe, while also contributing to the paleontological community by co-publishing scientific articles on Lebanese fish fossils. The history behind Rashana's open-air sculpture museum is deeply rooted in the artistic legacy of the Basbous brothers. Rashana, a picturesque village in Lebanon, became the canvas for the Basbous siblings' remarkable sculptural creations. The brothers, Michel, Youssef, and Alfred, were influential figures in the world of sculpture during the 20th century. They were born in Ras Ana and chose to channel their artistic talents into transforming the village into an open-air museum. The Basbous brothers' journey began in the mid-20th century when they pursued formal art education in Beirut and later in Paris. Their exposure to different cultures and artistic influences greatly enriched their creative vision. In the 1950s, they returned to Ras Ana with a shared dream, to fill their beloved village with sculptures that would reflect their unique artistic styles and convey profound messages. Over the years, Ras Ana gradually transformed into an enchanting outdoor gallery, showcasing a diverse collection of sculptures, each representing the individual artistic expressions of the Basbous brothers. The sculptures often draw inspiration from nature, abstract forms, and human figures, reflecting the artist's deep connection to their surroundings and their exploration of the human condition. Today, Ras Ana's open-air sculpture museum stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of the Basbous brothers. It continues to attract art enthusiasts, scholars, and visitors from around the world, offering a glimpse into the rich history of the village and the remarkable artistic contributions of these three talented brothers. The museum provides an opportunity to immerse oneself in the artistry of the Basbous siblings, experiencing the profound stories and emotions conveyed through their sculptures while surrounded by the natural beauty of Ras Ana. Who were the Basbous brothers, and what is their significance in the world of sculpture? The Basbous brothers, consisting of Michel, Youssef, and Alfred Basbous, were a trio of highly influential sculptors emerging from Lebanon. Their collective and individual contributions have left a lasting mark on the world of sculpture, making them significant figures in the art world. Michel Basbous, 1921 to 1981. Michel, the eldest of the brothers, was a pioneer in modern sculpture. His works often incorporated abstract and geometric forms, and he had a talent for transforming stone and bronze into visually striking and emotionally evocative sculptures. Michel's significance in the world of sculpture lies in his ability to bridge the gap between traditional sculptural techniques and contemporary artistic expressions. Youssef Basbous, 1924 to 2006. Youssef, the middle brother, is celebrated for his exploration of the human form in sculpture. His work often featured sensual and abstracted figures that captured the essence of human emotions and relationships. Youssef's significance lies in his profound ability to infuse life and emotion into his stone and bronze creations, making them relatable and emotionally resonant. Alfred Basbous, 1929 to 2001. Alfred, the youngest of the brothers, was renowned for his mastery of form and space in sculpture. His works displayed a deep understanding of balance and harmony, often featuring minimalist and elegant designs. Alfred's significance in sculpture lies in his commitment to refining and simplifying his artistic language, creating sculptures that radiate serenity and contemplation. In 1994, Ras Ana, a small Lebanese town with a population of just 1,000, underwent an astonishing transformation that garnered international recognition in the world of art. The driving force behind this remarkable change was the visionary Basbous brothers, Michel, Youssef, and Alfred, all gifted sculptors who emerged from Ras Ana itself. Michel Basbous, the eldest among the brothers, initially gained acclaim for his exceptional sculpting skills. He pioneered the tradition of creating open-air sculptures right in Ras Ana, utilizing various materials such as marble, stone, and even wood. Michel's art seamlessly blended with the town's picturesque backdrop, and his brothers, Youssef and Alfred, made significant contributions to his artistic endeavors. However, Ras Ana's transformation took a profound turn, following Michel's passing. Youssef and Alfred decided to take an unprecedented step by inviting sculptors from all over the world to Ras Ana for an international exhibition in 1994. This event marked a pivotal moment, as it wasn't just about showcasing existing artworks, it also encouraged artists to contribute to the growing outdoor museum in Ras Ana. Since that critical juncture, the outdoor gallery established by the Basbous brothers has continued to expand year after year, thanks to the annual sculpture festival. This festival has left an enduring global impression, solidifying Ras Ana's reputation as an unlikely hub for groundbreaking artistry. Throughout their careers, the Basbous brothers drew inspiration from various sources, including nature and the human form, creating abstract and contemporary sculptures that would go on to earn them international acclaim. Their journey in art was marked by a deep commitment to their craft and a continuous exploration of new forms and ideas, resulting in a lasting legacy that continues to be celebrated at the Open-Air Sculpture Museum in Ras Ana, Lebanon, and beyond. Castle Smar jbeil was built in the center of the village, on a hill, overlooking the entire landscape. Most of the historians recognize that the castle was built by the Phoenicians, and was under the Persian Empire control in 555 BC. Smar jbeil is a village in North Lebanon located at 4 kilometers at the south, east of Batroun and at 12 kilometers at the north, east of Jbeil, Byblos. On one of its eminent rocks stands a fortified castle, implanted in the middle of antique vestiges. According to many researchers, the name of the village Smar is from Armenian origin Shemraho or Shemer, which means protector or guardian, so Smar jbeil means the guardian of Byblos. The ceramic collected on the site shows that it was occupied from the ancient Bronze Age, that is from the 3rd millennium before our era. A tetradrachm that was presented to Ernest Renan, French Orientalist, and that was found on the north slope of the castle go back to the Hellenistic period, and it constitutes an Athenian emission from the reign of Pericles, that is the 5th century before our era. The bas-reliefs of the north slope, where we can see ovoid reliefs, can be Hellenistic. According to Ernest Renan, the represented scenes are related to the ritual of the god Adonis, widespread in the Giblet zone. On the north and northwest side of the castle, the Roman remains are relative to cave layouts and funerary grotto with tomb in shape of trough. One of the precious signs of the occupation of the site during the Roman period is a Greek inscription incised on the slope where it is written in a cartridge in a swallow tail. It shows the death that happened in 241 of a certain Aurelia, a Herculean woman, who lived 110 years, and who rests next to her son. An artisanal structure shows the occupation of the site from the Phoenician period, as well as the Roman and Byzantine ones. It is formed of an unusual concentration of press rooms, cisterns, and rupestриan tanks. Two big square structures hollowed in the rock at the east of the castle seem to correspond to raisin pressing areas. So we are in the presence of a production center not only of oil but also of wine, which is not surprising in a region known in our days for its vineyards. According to the tradition, a Persian missionary, Saint Nohra, came to Smar jbeil in the year 200 to preach Christianity. Martyred at Batroun, by the order of the Emperor Diocletian, although his eyes were burst he didn't lose his sight, because his faith's power prevailed and he continued to see. In the 7th century, the Maronite patriarch, John Maroon, has to escape from the Byzantine Antioch and went first to settle in the St. Maron Monastery, on the Orontes River, then he took refuge in the Lebanese mountain at Smar jbeil, in 685. There, supported by Maradat troops of 12,000 men, sent as reinforcement by his nephew Abraham, he was preparing for a battle which took place in Amun and in which the Maronite were victorious. The patriarch went afterwards to Kfar Hay where he founded a monastery. During the settlement period of the Franks in the Holy Land, Smar jbeil would have been a casa pertaining to the fief of Borton which was controlled by the Provençal family of Agoult. During the Ottoman era, in the mid of the 16th century, the region was controlled by Bani Asaf and their allies, the Hamad. But in 1618, the Emir Fakhruddin II conquered the entire region. In 1630, we learn through the manuscripts of the Patriarch Duehi that the dungeon was demolished due to a violent seismic tremor which destroyed it and caused the death of some of its occupants. Today the fortified castle is a place to contemplate history. In the center of the village is the old church of Mar Nohra, said to be the burial place of this Lebanese saint, who was a Persian Christian missionary. Partially built with temple debris, the north side of this picturesque church has been modernized. The oldest part is the south wall, which incorporates a medieval window and sections of temple columns. The church features a typical outside stone staircase and a bell tower. The front entrance is decorated with 3 sculpted chains carved from a single stone, a design also found on the portal of the Hammam al-Jadid in Tripoli. The remains of an earlier church stand nearby. A simple vaulted structure, one of its corners appears to be a section of a classical altar. From the southwest of the church you can walk to a hill where the Crusader castle stands on rock-cut foundations. Close to St. Nohra, an old little ruined chapel with a single nave could be seen, Our Lady of Gifts or Our Lady of Rescues Church. It is believed that this church is older than St. Nohra's church. Our Lady of Rescues in Smar, jbeil, is one of the oldest St. Mary Church in Lebanon and the East, built during the Crusaders' era in the Middle Ages. The roofless church had at its vicinity an old oak tree that is covering with its branches the church. Dar al-Mona is the story of a passionate family. In the early 1980s, Mona Abi Hanna, a painter, and her husband, Sabah Abi Hanna, an architect, decided to buy one of the most beautiful houses in Batroun, which belonged to the mayor of the city, with the aim of preserving and renovating its exceptional architecture dating from the 19th century, and to accommodate a branch of her husband's company initially based in Kuwait. In 2003, Mrs. Mona Abi Hanna was looking for a place to exhibit her paintings, and then she found it interesting to exhibit them in their house in Batroun, and to open it to everyone. That's what they called the place Dar al-Mona. Very quickly, they opened the place to other artists who regularly came to do exhibitions, and to musicians for concerts, to the delight of the inhabitants of Batroun. Mrs. Mona and her daughter Gita now take care of this exceptional space that the family has decided to dedicate to culture in Batroun. Christmas market, workshops, concerts, and the traditional exhibitions, Mrs. Mona and her daughter Gita do not lack imagination to make the inhabitants of Batroun or passing through want to come and cultivate themselves in an exceptional place. And for good reason. Mona Abi Hanna has a large collection of paintings, donations, or purchases. Youssef Aoun, Zina Badran, Tala Alamine, Mansour El-Habr, Fadi Zayed. Artists who came to exhibit in the 2000s. Dar al-Mona is already presenting its second exhibition, Scene, after a first, more contemporary one, Abstract. This selection brought more realistic works, landscapes and Lebanese houses, in a mix of creations by Arlette Haddad, Raymond Gallup, Father Jean Jabour, Michel Rohana and the works of Mona Abi Hanna. More than just a cultural place, Dar al-Mona is above all a place of hope, sharing and struggle to keep art alive in Lebanon for a long time to come.